class, and welcome to Math Minutes video lesson number 45. You will find the notes to follow along with this lesson on page 4 in notebook number 3. So let's get started and let's learn about unit conversions. Unit conversions. Units are how we identify types of measurement. Units are used to identify things like inches, feet, minutes, gallons, etc. In order to compare or be able to add or subtract anything, the units must be the same. For example, we cannot compare which is longer between 24 inches and 3 feet until we convert either the inches to feet or the feet to inches. So let's convert inches to feet. Well, we're starting with 24 inches, and we want to know how many feet that is. Well, anytime we have a whole number, we can just put a number 1 under it and make it a fraction, and we're going to multiply. Now, here's where we're going to start with what we have, and we're going to end with what we want. We have inches, and we want feet, so we're just going to line that up. But now we need to be able to cancel. So what that means is we're going to put our inches down here so that they cancel. How many inches are in 1 foot? 1 foot has 12 inches. So here is where we get to do some canceling. Inches, cancel the inches, and now we're simply going to multiply what's left. 24 times 1 is 24. And our label is feet. But now underneath here we have 1 times 12, because we know 24 inches does not equal 24 feet, but we have to include our denominators. 1 times 12 is 12, and now let's simplify that. 24 divided by 12 is 2. So our answer is 2 feet. Well, not our answer. Well, now we can compare which is bigger, 2 feet or 3 feet. Well, now we easily can see that 3 feet is bigger than 24 inches because we converted these inches to feet. So let's just take a look at those steps. Again, what I did, and we'll do some practicing. Here are the steps to converting units. Start with what you have, end with what you want. Create links needed to convert, cancel where possible, do the math. So let's look at that again, what we did up here. What was step 1? Start with what you have, 24 inches. End with what you want. We wanted feet. Create the links needed. So I'm labeling inches, and I'm creating a link here. Conversion factor, feet and inches. Canceling where possible. I'm going to cancel my inches and my inches. And then I'm going to do the math, which is simply do my multiplication and simplify. So let's do some practice. If you want to turn to page 5, practice converting units. 21 yards is how many feet? Start with what we have, 21 yards. We want to end with feet. How many feet? Is there a conversion in between yards and feet? There is not. We go from yards to feet. Inches is smaller than feet, so we're going to end with feet. I'm going to put yards down here because I want to be able to cancel them. How many feet are in a yard? In 1 yard, there are 3 feet. Now, I'm going to multiply. I can cancel my yards. 21 times 3 is 63. 1 times 1 is just a 1 under there, but I don't need to write it. And what am I left with? I've canceled my yards, and I'm there with feet. So 21 yards is how many feet? 63. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. 12.5 pounds is how many ounces? Start with what I have. 12.5 pounds. How many ounces is that? Ending with ounces. I want to be able to cancel my pounds out. That's why I know my ounces is going on top. Pounds is here. How many ounces are in 1 pound? There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. Cancel my pounds and let's simply multiply. I don't know why I picked such yucky numbers, but let's do it. 12.5 times 16. Well, how do we multiply with decimals here? Let's do it over here where we have some room. 12.5 times 16. 6 times 5 is 30. 12. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 1, 7. Carry my 0. 5, 2, 1. What do I get? Now, it looks like I have 2,000, but now I have this one decimal, so that equals 200. 200. 200 ounces. 12 and a half pounds. 12 and a half pounds is what we started with, and it equals 200 ounces. 720 inches is how many yards? Start with what we have, 720 inches. End with what we want, yards. Now, why did I leave some space? Because I know that I don't want to jump from inches to yards. I know that there's a measurement in between called feet. So I'm going to take a 3-step conversion. Now, how do I know what goes underneath here? Well, I know I want to cancel my inches. So in order to cancel my inches, I'm going to put that down here. I know that I want to cancel these feet because I know that I also want to get to yards. So I'm going to put my feet down here. Now I'm going to look at, well, what numbers go where? Well, which one's bigger? Do feet go into inches? No, inches will go into feet. So in 1 foot, I have 12 inches. Okay, well, how many feet do go into a yard? 3 feet go into 1 yard. Now, let's do my canceling. Begin with what I have, end with what I want, do my conversions in between, do my canceling. Inches cancel, feet cancel, I'm left with my yards, that's what I want, and now we simply have to do the math. 720 times 1 times 1 is 720. 1 times 12 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. Let's reduce this. I know that 36 goes into 72 2 times, and let's put a 0 after it. That means our answer is 20 yards. 720 inches equals 20 yards. Okay, on problem number 4, we're actually going to have to convert ounces all the way up to gallons. So it's going to take quite a number of different conversion factors in between. So let's get started on this one and see how we do. So we're going to start with ounces. I'm going to start way over here and try and write as small as I can because it's going to take some space. I have 17 ounces. This is also per hour, so we're going to stick a little hour underneath there. Now, we go from ounces to cups. We go from cups to pints. And we go from pints to quarts. And finally, from quarts to gallon. Okay, and now remember, how do we know what's going to go underneath is we need to cancel the ounces. So we know that ounces is going to go under here. For the cups to cancel, we're going to put cups here. For the pints to cancel, we're going to put pints here. And for the quarts to cancel, we're going to put quarts underneath. Now we have to figure out what our multipliers are. Well, how many ounces are in a cup? It's 8. It's okay if you don't understand or don't remember all of these conversions. I'll just tell you what they are. How many cups are in a pint? There are 2 cups in 1 pint. There are 2 pints for every 1 quart. And there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. But now we also have to get from hours to a day. So because the hour is in the denominator, we're going to put the hour in the numerator, and we're trying to get to days. Okay, now we do our canceling. Ounces cancel, cups cancel, pints cancel, quarts cancel, and now we're left with gallons. We're going from ounces to gallons. Now let's take a look at this one last conversion that we have. How many hours are in a day? There are 24 hours in 1 day. All right, our hours cancel from a denominator here to a numerator here. Now we're going to do our multiplication. 17 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 24. I did this ahead of time. 24 times 17 is 408. But now let's look at what our denominators will come up to. 8 times 2 is 16. Times 2 is 32. And 32 times 4 is 128. Now we're going to take that and we're going to reduce that. And I'm actually going to use a calculator to do that. Did not do it ahead of time. So here we go. On our calculator, we're going to take 408 and divide that by 128. And that gives us 3.18. We're going to round and make it a 19. So our answer is 3.19. But 319 what? What is our unit? It's 319. I'm going to get rid of that. 319 gallons, or 3.19 gallons in 1 day. So we went from 17 ounces in an hour to 3.19 gallons in 1 day. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 will be a little bit easier than the previous problem. So we're trying to get from 5 meters to millimeters. Now I'm going to put my meters under here because I want them to cancel. And in 1 meter, how many millimeters are there? Well, the prefix milli means 1,000. So there are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. The meters will cancel. And we end up with 5 times 1,000. We end up with 5,000 millimeters are in 5 meters. Okay, so there we have it. A little introduction on unit conversions. Good luck with your assignment, and I'll see you in class.